But Cardat is going to be available all for the team one. What are those shoulders? He's even like uncomfortable. He keeps like moving his shoulder. Like this shoulder pauldrons look really uncomfortable. We got Gossi here as a survival Curdy mounted up, almost like he's the first one ready to go. Is it him or Smurshka? One of those two, and Gangster also in the back. The undead rogue looks so sick. Is it Curdy? They're making it look like it's Curdy. Elo potentially on the other team. I like the mount. That thing is gorgeous. It is going to be Elo off the bat as we got ourselves Bayek, Saya, Leo, and me. Mia? Wait. M-E. Okay, so it's M-E-X-E-C, but I'm pretty sure those are not English letters. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be Cyrillic letters. Mehes? Mihis? I don't even know how to say it. Elo actually just gonna melt it right now. What is happening? I look for a second to read the name of our Death Knight. I guess I'm just gonna call him M-E-X. I'm calling him Max. Meteor leap out for Elo with a big old abyssal gaze. Needs to get as much damage out onto Curdy to recover as much health as possible. Blade dance is going to be huge. If you time it during big abilities from Curdy, that'll give you a little bit of survivability. But with that fell eruption, it's just not enough with Curdy sitting down to eat for a second. Something breaks it, unfortunately. And Max is going to be up next. Kind of looks like Leo's Death Knight in a sense, doesn't it? Sorta, kinda. Sorta, kinda. Also, am I the only one? Maybe it's just me spending as much time as I did in Zerath Mortis, but I'm not a fan of those Zerath Mortis mounts, man. Maybe just let me silence out onto Mex as they're gonna go for that AMS Big Reaper side, trying to see if he can rip through Curdy. Curdy waddling away, actually able to walk away from Mex. Big Breath is still up. Curdy is gonna go for a big disperse. Mex under a ton of pressure does burn IB up with a death pack, able to recover a lot of health from it. Lichborn with a couple of death codes to keep himself alive. DP's down. Curdy getting cleaved down yet again. Max, do you have enough to survive? Quick fade by Curdy. Just needs himself one more shot or death. Maybe it'll be enough. Void Torrent does secure him the win. And Curdy taking out a second one with Bayek. Going to be charging out, not giving Curdy even a chance to recover behind the pillars. Curdy is going to actually pump up some damage. Quick fear onto Bayek. Curdy using this as an opportunity to just back away from Bayek for a second. Shadow crashing on him. Does not have any ways to heal himself right now. Not a lot of defenses. Can only slow down Bayek with a quick silence for a second. Maybe needs to stand still and cast a few heals. That's about all he can do. But Bayek just hammering him down. Just hammering it home. Mind control gets interrupted. And Bayek does not give Curdy much of a chance from that point forth. Does end up going down, unfortunately. Missy, you texted me. All good, Bayek. What's up, Bossius? How you doing, my man? What's up, Jake? How you doing, my boy? Nasmershka does end up going for a quick gouge into a kidney shot. Bop out for Bayek. Try to see if he catch up to the rogue. Does put him on a leash. Throw these rogues on that Dawnlight leash. Nasmershka, I think, tried to go for a melt. Does not get a proper melt, though. Into a blind Tuner Glare right after. Maybe a cloak? No. Just going to try to see if he can waddle away. With an evasion as well. Bayek with the Blessing of Saints. So next stun, he's going to have to delay it. As Bershka knows he wants to have himself a proper go. Does go for a Blades dance. Everything is available. As Bayek taking huge eviscerates back-to-back. Cheap shots are going through for Nasmershka. Big secret thing as well is going to pre-feign the damage out from Bayek, knowing that it's going to be Paladin. Looking for that bit of that reset. Is going to reset his health with a quick lay in hands. Try to keep the rogue in combat smoke bomb. Just try to find a way to keep himself away from the Paladino for just a second. But I don't know for Nasmershka. Unless you got yourself big cooldowns here. Maybe a Vanish Cloak. May just need to burn them both. Does go for the Vanish. No cloak just yet. Try to see if he can maybe save it. Bayek somehow still does see this Vershka. I think he's probably still dotted from one of the traits of the Paladino. They do play into a more heavier dot build, which is amazing against all these slippery rogues. Not letting him sit in stealth all that long. Does land himself a sap as he's perusing around the corner. Shield defended itself for Bayek, but the Vershka not immediately engaging with us. He's just gonna go sap it out, and I think wait out the Shield of Vengeance for as long as he can. Isaac picked up a Bayek, sniffing out these rogues. Does he find them? Does find them. Cheap shot by this Bershka. Have himself a pre-cloak ready in case he needs to. It's probably gonna be a Hodge immediately from Bayek. It is immediately a Hodge for Bayek, but he is at low health. He's just trying to see if he can maybe go for a full stun into a Dawnlight or Searing Glare. It is good. Disarm into Bayek. Look a shot in front of Bershka. Try to see if he can potentially end this duel right here. Bayek still has a bubble in case he's in a bad spot. Does go for a blind. Will not be able to follow up with anything else. And this Bershka, I think, is actually out of options. Unless he can just somehow take out Bayek right here with a massive cleave. Bubble immediately. Yep, and just crushes the rogue right then and there. Not gonna let him recover whatsoever. First aid while bubble is active. And Kardath is just forced to sit in stealth, wait out until Bayek is ready to go. While the bubble was up. For Bayek, if only he knew more or less what the rogue was. Blessing of... Ooh, I feel like he maybe should have used Blessing of Saint there for the stun prevention, because he does get taken down. The rogue, with just a couple of goes, is able to rock him. Leo Cake on the Enhancement. Shamans is going to try to see if he go for a big go. Evasion together with Cloak of Shadows. Kardath able to dodge quite a bit of decent damage from Leo, with the cheap shots right after him. Going for back-to-back Eviscerate Disarm, as Leo got himself lots of those Tempests flying in from above onto Kardath. Is he dotted? I don't think you flame shocked him. You gotta make sure to keep a flame shock on the rogue. I know he did cloak, but you definitely gotta make sure to put a flame shock on the guy, because for Leo that was a trinket and all his offensive power all together, so he might be in a bit of a weird spot right now. Kardath catches him with a quick gouge. Getting the shot to follow. No knockback out for Leo. Lasso instead does end up kind of disrupting a little bit of that secret technique. I don't think those images actually were able to really... Because what the images do with secret technique is you actually summon these NPCs that will copy your attack. But if you're stunned or in knockback, sometimes they just don't really connect like they're supposed to. And Leo does have himself full bulwark, full defenses. Kardath able to get away in order to be able to get more stuns back onto Leo. Back-to-back cheap shots are letting him lock down the Shaman, get him a bit of damage as well with the disarm. But Leo does not really need his weapons in order to get Maelstrom. What's up, Becca? How you doing, fam? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, I should. Yeah. yeah. It's gonna be a what is it? The gouge out for Kardath. I'm just looking for that reset, that totem. He's just trying to see if he can avoid it. Technically, if Leo just sits in line of sight of the totem, it will. It's like a Counter-Strike totem, right? It'll just start zapping the rogue as he gets an opener. Kidney shot off of that opener. That's a full go. Shield of Vengeance together. Not Shield of Vengeance. Flagellation together with Shadow Blades. This is all the damage by Kardath. Pre-feigns this go by Leo to make sure that there's no way for him to really counteract it. Leo does get a wall rolling gouge as he's finally building up some damage. Kardath needs an escape, but a lasso stops him in place for a second. Trinket immediately has himself a reset. Does get zapped up back-to-back. And Leo, as soon as you find those lightning that is what's going to help you win this duel. Cloak with an evasion off for Kardath. Unable to really get himself proper recovery. Leo just needs an angle for that ascend, but yet another vanish out for the rogue. The guy is absolutely extra slippery. He's a flame shock. He is not. He is not. I know it's not easy to really try to land a flame shock on the rogue, but the more of those you can do, the better it's going to be. Kardath, unfortunately, they don't have a mage in their team, so the rogue can't go for a full reset. But he is able to extend the game for quite a bit as we hit in that 7 minutes, 50-second mark, 40% dampening, kicking in right now. Kidney shot by Kardath, trinket out for Leo. Does have a Doom win, so maybe this is what he's going to go with here, potentially. Light Lasso to stop a bit of damage from Kardath. Also, nice little Zapparoo that he gets out of it. Blind by the rogue. Unless you can land a root on the guy to get him back into combat. Root does connect. Flame Shock also needs to connect. Does get in combat. I don't know for Kardath if there's much you can really do. Does go for a disarm onto Leo, who still has plenty of ways to build up Maelstrom and keep sending lightning bolts out. Gouge for a second. He just needs a couple more bolts. That's all he needs. Yet another kidney shot. Does not have a knockback. Does have it. Does use late. Cheap shots. Full blades and everything available, but a big old Tempest crashing down from above. The rogue actually did get himself a good lockdown, a nice reset from the Shaman, but it's just not enough to finish it off. Gossi Hunt is going to be up next with Gangsta over in the back. I feel like this man uses that slash lean, dude. It will look so good with this set. Definitely looks super good. Gossi trying to see if he can get himself a proper opener on to Leo. Immediately ready to go. I think that was a coordinator assault too, right? That's why his hands are glowing red. Pretty sure it's coordinator assault. Try to see if he can get some CC onto Leo. Leo does have himself a totem to keep himself moving. Stun around the corner. Gossi not really going in for a jump. I think he just tried to wait until Leo pokes right around from the pillar and then maybe harpoons him, blocks him down afterwards. For Leo, he does have Ascend, Wall available, Doom Winds, Bloodless. He actually has a lot to work with here. Revive pet out for Ghazi. There's going to be a stun around the corner. It's going to be full Doomans. Everything available. Massive Tempest onto Ghazi, who does land the Freezer Trap with a Turtle Shell right after. Leo just needs a couple more globals onto Ghazi. Is avoiding the binding shot altogether. Revive pet from around the corner is going to be able to send one more wind strike with this lightning bolts flying in. One more Zapparoo with a Voltaic. It does take it. With Gangster going to be last on left over for the team one. Unfortunately, immediately rooted by the totem. I don't even know if he meant to have the totem rooted. I think he just had the totem from a hunter earlier. Cheap shot right after. Leo does have a trinket, does have a sunder, does have a wall. This is an assassination rogue though, and this is going to be a lot of damage. Kingsbane into a death mark. Everything is up. He has literally everything available. Coca shot is for the rogue. Disarms Leo for a second. Leo needs as much self-healing as possible. Lasso for a second here. Still holding on to a trinket. Needs healing, as much healing as possible. But he lived through the wars that a gangster can offer. Just next lockdown with a full stun is going to be incredibly deadly. I don't know if he'll have an answer for it. Does have himself Bloodlust. Short stun onto Gangster. Big Ascent Procken. Big Tempest right after. The rogue getting caught with the wind strikes. It does end up taking it. Oh my goodness. Yo, the Enhancement Shaman buff, I feel like is low-key one of the best buffs they could have added for them. Lightning bolt damage buffs. Wait, what is going on? Why am I zooming out so far? Is this the max zoom? I had to reset my game recently. That is so far. But yeah, that was incredible. That was actually so good. Let's get us another one going, boys, here. Yeah? Uno más, uno más.